All right. Let's see. So now the new one I just started was only on YouTube. And check on getting a link for that one. Yeah, I noticed sometimes, like right when I ended streams, it would say like scheduled on my channel. Like I don't know because I was sending it to both YouTube and Twitch. Like it was in the ether, you know. I'm getting another link for the current one, unless you just found the channel. Uh, there, there we go. Oh, nice. There we go. I posted a new link. All right. So I wasn't with y'all for all of the tier 7 earlier. Were you able to stay alive any? Because you have to stay alive to get levels. Yeah, I would say the goal. Yeah, I would say the goal would be 1 or 2 levels for each horde for you right now. Because from 90 to 100 can be a slog. Yeah. How's your glyphs? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Are you following any guides anywhere? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you typically do that with the gear. You'll just do whatever you get, and then eventually, over a long, like throughout the season, you'll eventually get the whole build put together. But one important thing is following a Paragon board because the Paragon boards like can make or break the character. Uh, I would say, sorry, I don't have one put together for Necromancer this season, but if I needed one for Necromancer right now, I'd go to maxroll.gg. I'd say that's probably the best place to find a Necromancer board. Uh, on, on my channel, I have some good builds for either Sorcerer or Barbarian. I could power level one of those for you real quick if you wanted, but for right now, I could take you into Nightmare Dungeon because you probably need to level some glyphs, and Nightmare Dungeon would be a good experience for you. Uh huh. Yeah, yeah. So that's how I found y'all. Eo's on my friends list. I've been playing with him since last season. All right. Oh. Mm. Yeah. Yeah. My wife's more on the caretaker side herself. I'm retired and disabled. So. Nice. Oh, same. Yeah, Army, 35 Fox. Oh, nice, nice. Very nice. Small world, small world. Yeah. Fuck, I'd start guessing some names just being a 35 Sierra. Shit. Um, not on stream though. My name is or yeah, my character name is my initials. Uh, uh-oh. You can revive in here. I'm not gonna die. And typically, my rule in hordes is save the last revive for me. You know. Yeah. I mean. Yeah. Well, because there is like no matter how good you are, like there are random things that can one shot you. So if you're carrying someone, it sucks if the person you're carrying just uses up the revives real quick, and like there might be one thing that you need it for. Like say in the boss room, those hydras are deadly. Those hydras can pop up underneath you and just shotgun you with three attacks at once, and like all three at once can one shot almost anyone. hmm hmm I don't know why I kept waiting for stuff to spawn. I've been fighting in hordes for like forever, and I killed a group there, and I was just standing there waiting for the next group to spawn. Yeah, well, it still can be. I think really you would just probably need to do tier 5 or 6 because the important thing in the hordes is that you have to deal damage. If you don't deal damage, you don't get experience. As opposed to like say in nightmare dungeons, you could just stand at the entrance and you get experience for the entire thing. Nope, nope. You go help your husband with something if you need, and it's a carry, you know. You can come back later. The thing to remember, well, actually, it works out for you. You're the party leader. At the very end, the bubble appears on the party leader. Yeah. Boom. Yeah, I would say maxroll.gg. Go go to the section for tier lists, and under tier lists, look for the best necromancer you can find for hordes. Really depending on what you want to do. Now, keep in mind, there's only a week left on the season, but whatever build there is, it would likely carry over into the next season. But I mean, you'll be making a new character. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, because you'll pick up a lot of damage reduction on the Paragon board. Yeah. No, hold up. I'm taking a sip of my coffee, puffing my vape, and can start another as soon as you're out of there. Yep. I'm in Arizona, so I got recreational and medical marijuana, and I don't use my clearance anymore. I'm retired, so fuck it. Yeah. Yeah, I don't use nicotine anymore. Oddly enough, like my lungs got real bad before I was medically retired at 16 years. But At the time they retired me, I had after uh, all the smoking and then burn pits and burn barrels, I had a bunch of nodules and a calcified granuloma. But I quit smoking, and but since the time I retired, I've been using marijuana, and my lungs haven't gotten worse. They've stayed the same, you know. Yeah. Yep. Yep. Welcome to the voice chat, everyone. Uh-huh. hmm I know. Yeah. I gotta. I've relaxed on the pack hack too. I've been dragging my feet. I should. But I already have 100%. You know, just from I got several things that are 60, 70, 60, 60. You know, and just overalls 100. So I got all kinds of fucked up now. Physically messed up, mentally messed up, and yeah. I was just saying, physically messed up, mentally messed up, and the worst thing, the thing that made me fully retire, is I've been sick every day of my life since I got vaccinated 3 years ago. Yep. Yeah. Well, I tried teaching as a contractor for a few years, but I was too sick. Like they forced the COVID vaccines around the same time I was retiring, so I was still active duty right when I got the COVID vaccine. But then, yeah, a month after having the second dose, it fucked up my gastro system. Like almost all food is food poisoning for me now. Yeah, I used to eat everything. Hmm. Actually, meat's one of the only things I can eat now. But like, I can't eat greens. I can't eat any fruits. I can't have any natural sugars. I can't have fiber. I can't have lactose. Yeah, yeah, I'm mostly on like a meat and yeah, and like a low dairy hard cheese diet, or oh, it is monotonous. But yeah, it all started after the vaccine. I mean, I'd always been pro vaccines. I mean, I guess I still am. Just, that one, I guess, was just pushed out too soon. I saw some studies that they're seeing that in some people, which I'm guessing it might have been me. Uh, yeah, we'll do tier seven. Your job's to run around, stay alive. Uh, and yeah, I guess people like me, it reduced your bifidobacteria to zero. So bifidobacteria is the natural bacteria in your body that like regulates all bacteria in your gut. Normally you should have like millions of it in the like parts per millimeter or whatever it is, however they calculate it. But yeah, I guess in some people that with the vaccine, it's like killed off all the bifidobacteria in their system. So that would make it to where like in the process now I developed SIBO. I don't know, I'm not sure if you know what that is, but SIBO, SIBO, small intestine bacterial overgrowth. It's one of the things that makes me sick from a lot of food. But, but yeah, it's all because of this. Yep. Oh yeah, teleporting in. Yeah, so essentially, so there's healthy bacteria that's part of your gut, and like say for SIBO, it normally lives at the end of your intestinal tract, but somehow on mine it moved to the beginning, so now it's like preying on food as soon as I eat it instead of at the end of the tract, if that makes sense. Essentially, it's making it so like most food is food poisoning for me now. Let's see. Yeah. After this wave, I can tell you what to do for the sound settings. I've had a lot of people copy my settings. Or if you look at the stream and rewind a little bit, I showed it when I was looking at the settings. I have specific numbers that I put each one on. I've had a lot of people copy them and they say it works great. So it's hard to tell. Yeah, my hearing's messed up a little bit. So sorry if I talk too loud sometimes. I was one of the winners in that the 3M combat earplug lawsuit. Yeah, I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting. My fee wait, no, your FIFO number. Of course, we want this one. Yeah. There. Do you know? Have you seen the website? There's a website you can go and look. I can get you the link for it. Yeah, there's a website you go in. You'll put in your info. It's got anybody. If you have a FIFO number, it'll tell you your estimated date. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. There's also another site where there's a law firm that is just doing free, like anytime something happens, they put an update out there. So you'll know if they send out around the checks to anyone, so you'll know if there's a number update and stuff like that. Sorry. All right. Yeah. Hey, Iceberg. Iceberg and what? Can y'all hear us? I see y'all turned it on. Oh yeah, cool. Hey, how you doing? All right. Yeah. So on the options on sound, so I have my master at 100, but I have music at 20 and effects at 10. Uh, so yeah, I have a yeah music 20, effects 10, dialogue 50. Let me know if you caught up. Ambience 20, cinematic 50. Going down to voice chat area. Voice chat volume, I have 90. Microphone output, I have 100. Voice chat focus amount at the bottom, I have 75. All right, and hit save changes on that, and it should help a lot. Mm. It is, but sometimes I feel like it messes up, causes lag, and I mean it works about how you'd expect it to. I mean, some people really like it. I mean, yeah, it it works how you'd expect. But yeah, can you hear me better now? Shit, I guess Burning Rain that could lead to Hellborn because we can get Hellborn from the Burning Rain. That's fine. That's her talking. She knows what she's getting into. She was 92 when this started, so there we go. It's already a win. And all the loot. I got you. Yeah, so for your level and gearing up, you're mostly going to want the Neath Iron out of the chest on the right because you can turn that into all. You can use the Alchemist and turn that into a lower material. So I would say with the amount you're going to get from here, you'd want to do the 60 in the middle, probably 3 on the left, and then the rest on the right. Yeah, yeah. I mean the yeah, yeah. I mean, ideally, you're really just going for 2 or 3 stars out of those other ones. Yeah. And I mean, the middle chest is the highest percentage. You actually have a chance of a mythic out of the middle chest. I haven't gotten one, but I've seen video evidence of it. The only non-torment I've gotten, yeah, the only the only non-torment mythic I got, which I did get to confirm, is out of a yellow treasure bag in the Goblin event. For this, yeah, I can kill Lords fast on tier 7. Hmm. Yeah, I hope they do too, but I don't know. It's like they're set on having that little mini event in the season, you know. I think they got to figure out more mini events before they can make it permanent. Because right now it's all they got. I know, right? Yeah, I mean you can still go out hunting for them. You know, that was one of my favorite things in Diablo 3 is going goblin hunting. I don't know if you played that, but I have the cosmic wings on Diablo or Diablo 3. Mm, nice. Oh, watch out. Yeah, sorry. I tried to stop short right when I was finishing. That fell in my head. I feel like there's a joke there, but I'm gonna leave it alone. Surging Hellborn. There we go. So my Mhm. Yeah. Jeez. I keep going to try to res you so you get some experience, but like every time I try, meteors fall on my head. Raindrops keep falling on my head. Shit! By the way, the Hellfire has killed me more than anything else in this entire game. So yeah, I've been keeping track of it. It's not even close. 'Cause I play like a glass cannon build. I'm always on the move, and like my goal is to not get touched. But sometimes those meteors just like appear on my head. Let's see. Hmm. Yep, I feel you on that one. Yep. Sometimes it's like there's two or three stacked inside each other because like they don't all hit the same. By the way, I don't know if it's close. When I saw your character's name, my immediate thought was Tella from Final Fantasy II. I don't know if you know who that is. No fucking way. No fucking way. Yeah. All right. Nice. I played Final Fantasy 11 a bit, but that was around the same time I joined the military. So I mean, yeah, I played a little bit for a year or two, but I was also playing EverQuest Online Adventures at the time. And then, yeah, I joined the military around the same time WoW came out. Hmm. Yeah, I didn't play this last expansion, but I did everything in Final Fantasy 14 online, except for this last expansion. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah, my wife and I were the same. Oh, really? That's cool. Oh, nice. I've been looking for an MMO again. I've been thinking about it. So the other day I tried to get. I hate that I spent money on the Founders Pack now, but I tried to get and stream the new game Throne and Liberty. But yeah, it's not what I was hoping. I mean, so there's only like pretty much like two options for making the character. You change the face a little. Uh, but ooh, surging. But then like it was already a little laggy and cutty. None of the voice acting matched up, and combat was it kept you very busy for a small single target, like hitting like on half the buttons on your keyboard. But then later on, it's supposed to be like full on PvP warfare, and like that didn't sound like it'd be fun. Like having to hit like half the buttons on your keyboard. You know what I'm talking about? Uh, yeah. But also like you got to hit a button to target, then you got to hit a button to turn on your attack, and then you got to worry about your hot bar, and you got to hit a button to block at the same time. And yeah, it's I don't know, it's like they were trying to do too much and at once, and they wound up doing everything shitty. And then yeah. And the thing that really killed me, the thing that made me end the stream I did, so like yeah, I did the fucking $100 like ultimate package, everything there was for the like early access. You know, it's still not the full release yet. But like I went through the tutorial and I was like, man, this combat is a pain in the ass already. Not looking forward to PvP. And then like none of the voice acting matched up. The artwork looked shitty, like a decade old. And then I load into the starting city, and I'm surrounded by 100 people who look just like me, and we're all about to go do the same fucking thing. That did not seem like a fun time at all, you know. Does that make sense? Yeah. And sorry for my language, but well, you know, military. That one's too much pay to win. It's okay to have a little, you know, just for the economy, but yeah, same here. Like, so the best I've found has been Final Fantasy 14, followed by World of Warcraft. Oh my god, I just had 3 meters fall on my head, but I hit my flame shield in time. Shit. Yeah, the explodies can one-shot me too. Well, at least I know in tier 8 they can. Maybe not in tier 7. But probably depends if I have a full barrier going. I saw that coming. Yeah, I saw that coming. Like right, yep, right there, right when I was hitting res. Not allowed to cross the invisible wall until you set step forward. So it's like so you see this internal donut. There's a donut just outside it where the Hydra spawn. So you got to watch out about walking inside that donut, if that makes sense. Yeah. So like I like sticking to the outer donut, but you know like I don't know if you can picture like the map broken up into rings. You know. Yeah. So like there's one ring where the Hydra. Oh, and the same with these hurricanes. These hurricanes can also kill you fast too. Tornadoes. Yeah. Yeah. Mhm. Nice. You use willpower, don't you? Sure. I forget for the necromancer. Intelligence. Okay, it's a druid uses willpower. Got it. Oh, cool. I might have a bunch of shit for you. I use intelligence too. Put all mine into gold, up to 18.3 billion now. Yeah, if you need some gold, let me know. There's only a week left in the season. I don't take it with me. You know, my eternal realm's like the grave. Nothing, nothing does me any good in the grave. Oh yeah, yeah. When you get out here, I'll give you a billion. Anybody else that can hear me? If you need a billion, you can have one too. All right. Yeah, when you play all day, every day of the season. Well, I've also been streaming Cyberpunk lately. It's been fun. I'm playing on the hardest difficulty setting, and yeah, I keep getting killed left and right, but I kick a lot of ass myself. I don't know if you played Cyberpunk. Nice, nice. Yeah, yeah. Well, I got it as soon as it released, and it played perfect for me. The people that had problems were the ones using on old gen systems and it wasn't ready for. But I've always had a next gen system, and like right now I got an i9 processor on this one. And All right, no problem. Send me a friend invite if you want. I'm on every day. Yeah. All right. Later. Hey, he's gone. I am usually in offline mode though, because I'm usually streaming lately. But eh, yeah, so if you ever see me streaming, yeah, nice. Yeah, it's like I can't invite. All right, so where are you? Yeah, well, and also when I started streaming, well, it started last season. I started carrying a lot of people, and a lot of people kept wanting to copy the builds I was making, and so like I started streaming those to show them the builds. But then, yeah, anytime I'm online, like within a few minutes, I'm getting a lot of whispers left and right now. So now I'm like pretty much I stay in offline mode, and if you see me streaming, then feel free to whisper. Yeah, yeah. I have the nickname Mr. Carry because yeah, like I can carry a four-person tier eight. Yeah. When last season I had the bleed barbarian that was like one of the strongest in the game. Which one? The barbarian? Which one? Have you tried whirlwind? Okay. Did you? Okay. Did you do? So no one else has done it, but I did it. Have you done Death Blow? It's Death Blow with Hammer of the Ancients. So on an injured boss, I've had a 3.5 billion crit. Yeah, it's cool. It's a boss killer. Like, like I've gotten almost 1,000 Aether, like just picking all lords on the tier sevens and tier eights, because yeah, lords count as bosses. So Death Blow has 150% damage multiplier against bosses, so that makes it do more. And then the mace you use has a 350% damage to injured. So like, and it's good whenever boss gets in that final third phase, they do a lot more damage and stuff, so it's good to kill them fast right there. Yeah. Yeah, so usually like on the council, well, outside of that, I'm still like it's constantly like 300 million, 200 million, 300 million, 200 million, 300 million, like that. But with the death blow sends a blast wave out, so it's more like it's you're damaging the area in front of you, but also like a straight cone outwards, or a cylinder outwards, or a rectangle. You know, um, hmm Yeah. So that's part of my build. So that's part of my build because So my build's set up to always get overpowers, and whenever you overpower with Hammer of the Ancients, you deal 40% increased damage. So I have it set up to where like you get a guaranteed overpower with Hammer of the Ancients, and then you swing the Death Blow, and the Death Blow has a 40% damage multiplier because you did the overpower with Hammer of the Ancients. It so I solved that. So I have a full guide video on my channel. So it is different than any of them you'll find out there. The same with my whirlwind. So actually, I'm gonna hop. If you don't mind, I'm hopping my whirlwind because it would go good with your 93. Well, it can speed farm tier sevens, which a lot of people can't do that with whirlwind. But uh, it's also I would so Diablo 4 doesn't have zero DPS like other Diablos have, but I would say it's a support DPS because everything it does makes my teammates do more damage and it makes the enemies do less damage. But at the same time, I can like clear tier 7 myself. I can clear tier 8 myself. It just takes longer on the council. Fucking forever, actually. Yeah, well, it's like death by 1,000 cuts on the council. Whereas like, and I can hop on the death blow as well. I can show them both to you. I'll be right back. I can show them both to you. Hello. It does that a lot. I gotta change one thing. Actually, no, I'm not. I was about to change something, but I don't need to because of. It's been a while since I got my barbarian. I forgot where I parked my car. Yeah, I haven't even tweaked anything on this, but uh, yeah, I have it in a very fun position. I don't know if you want to inspect me or inspect the profile. So I'm more of a. So I wouldn't say it used to be glass cannon, but I have the Doombringer on there to give it a lot of survivability. And I also have Temerity's. Temerity with Andariel's Visage gives me a permanent barrier as a barbarian. Um, so I have Infinite Fury because of Andariel's Visage plus my Starlight Circle ring. Look at that aspect on the Starlight Circle, and then look at Andariel's Visage. And Andariel's Visage is the largest life on hit in the game. So I am I am almost every hit. Well, there's multipliers that go into that 851 you see on the item. Almost every hit, I am triggering that ring. Yeah. There's a Yes, there's a few ways to do it. So I have this on this one. You'll see a completely different way on my Deathblow Barbarian. You'll love it. It's yeah, it's borderline breaking the game on the Deathblow. But yeah. But yeah, this is for speed runs. So with this character, let's see what potion I want to drink. I'm drinking a crit chance potion. So my attack speed is 90%. My crit chance is 60%, and my movement speed is 185%. Oh yeah, it's like it should name me Ricky Bobby. You know. Now normally I run 200%, but the way I have some items set up right now, yeah. Also, the big thing on this build is the chess piece Rage of Haragoth, where Lucky Hit inflicting bleeding on the enemy has a chance to reduce the cooldowns of all of my abilities. I use Rupture with the Fields of Crimson Sword. It makes a blood pool. Anything in the blood pool takes 30% increased damage from all sources. So, like, if I'm in a team, a full group of four, my three teammates do 30% increased damage to anything inside the blood pool. You know? So that could be a lot of damage. Uh, from my two-handed sword, the Fields of Crimson. Uh, now with now with that sword, the Fields of Crimson and Rupture has so Rupture has a 74% lucky hit chance, and then everything inside the pool that's on the ground gets bleeding and can trigger the lucky hit chance. So that means like everything getting hit by that explosion is triggering my chest piece that reduces all my cooldowns. So I will use my ultimate before my ultimate runs out. Yes, it's fucking crazy. You're gonna love this. So a lot of people, I actually have a chunk of views on this video because this build is one I made myself. I created an 8 glyph Paragon board for this. I hadn't seen an 8 glyph Paragon board anywhere for Barbarian. I made it myself. Now it is using two-handed sword, so I I think you can get a little more. You can get higher damage with either going with dual wield and also using the grandfather, but I'm going for more of like a support damage roll, you know. But it's fun and insanely fast. So first, let's see. We're gonna start with Nightmare Dungeon. That way I can remember how to play. Yeah. And the death blow is more like a slow-moving, walking fortress. I'm gonna kill the tormented boss in 3 swings. You know. Hmm. I know. Because so when there's stuff to kill, so like specifically in a horde, like if there's a large crowd, the large crowd will like completely remove all the cooldowns that I have. You know, like so that mean my shout makes tornadoes, and I can go shout, 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 uh, and and then you know how like everything I hit gives me life and that generates resources. Uh, I have the glyph on that whenever I generate 100 resources, I make tornadoes. So that means everything I hit makes tornadoes. I'm like a self-licking lollipop. But I'm not lying. well, and like, well, and like say, yeah, and like so with the life on hit, not only do I heal because I hit so fast with the whirlwind, right? I'll instantly heal myself if I lose any life. I have the temerity on, so that way, uh, any life I heal over 100%, which is always, it gives me a barrier up to 100%. So that means I have a 100% barrier 100% of the time, right? And so because of that, so yeah, yeah, so yeah, so then I put the aspect on the necklace for increased damage while you have a barrier. Yeah. The leveling builds are outdated. It, yeah, leveling builds are like an archaic system. That was when it used to take time to level. Now, by the time you get a leveling build put together, it's time to do your endgame build. You know. So yeah, just go with endgame builds or horde builds is really where it's at right now because horde builds can do all content in the game. Yeah. So I mean, I'm a bit of a theory crafter and a playtester. Have you ever played Magic the Gathering? So you know about it. Uh, yeah. So like for a few years, well, when I was stationed at Fort Campbell, there was a lot of places in the neighboring states I could go. I'd like theory craft and put my own decks together, and I'd travel around and play in tournaments. You know. So like I enjoy that type of stuff. And then for military intelligence, I wrote a few manuals for them. If you know what DSIGs is. DSIGs, DCGS. No, sorry, no, DSIGs, as we call it, or our computer system. Yeah. hmm it was the computer system that the analysts use for databases, mapping, link diagrams, stuff like that, targeting. All that info is unclassified, by the way. That can be found in open source. I'm aware of all that because I was an information security manager. I was the person that would validate that for people. Yeah. All right. That's all right. Most people don't even know what the military does for them anymore. hmm It's changed quite a bit. Yeah, I taught AIT for a couple years after the army retired me. I still hate they retired. I think they did it to just freaking try to save on my pension because you know how at less than 20 they want to deduct your VA from the pension. But look, I'm not sure if you saw Congress is passing the Major Richard Starr Act, which is going to give a pension to people like me. Uh, but yeah, uh-huh, yeah. So for me, I hurt my spine at 6. I hurt my spine at 6, and then they medically retired me at 16. Yeah, 10 years of active duty with spine injuries. Oh, Goblin. Forgot we were in this type of dungeon. There you go. But yeah. hmm Yep. But yeah, so they're trying to figure out the details now. I think they're in agreement of passing it. I think now I got a friend. I want to say he was a 35. He was maybe he was Sierra. Um he was bilingual. He did the S word. I don't know, people don't like even saying the S word for some reason. I don't know, it's yeah, followed by an ig. Uh, yeah. Yeah. Or second, yeah. No, but now he spent the last few years as an attaché. Now he's or been traveling around and stuff, and he's actually he's finishing up his law degree and working a little bit with Congress now. But he was sending me some message saying, give me updates about it. Oh yeah, sorry, I completely forgot I was holding the item. Hmm. Very nice, very nice. Been on a few. My third deployment was the last unit leaving Iraq when President Obama closed it down. And actually, they needed me to go around and inspect the arms rooms on a bunch of different bases. So they gave me like a personal Black Hawk, and I flew from base to base inspecting arms rooms. Yeah. The only awkward part, there was one part where we stopped in freaking it was a FARP, the forward air refueling point, something like that. But it was like between Ramadi and Fallujah, and that area used to be horrible, and it was turned over completely to the Iraqis, and we landed there, and they had me go out like 100 meters from the aircraft while they were refueling it, and I was just by myself looking around. I'm like, hey, I only see fucking Iraqis around me right now. This is not cool. Not cool at all, people. I was like, let's get the fuck out of here. I've only heard bad things about Ramadi and Fallujah. Anyway, that I was going out to the Al Assad fuck, what was the name of it? Yeah, the Al Assad Airbase. Yep. Yep, over the same one that keeps getting attacked by Iran lately. Hate that. Hmm. Yeah, yeah, the last one alone, there was like between 75 and 100 different times we had incoming of like Iranian rockets. Freaking yeah, a few of them came close to me. They were Katyusha rockets. Might as well had a label on them saying "Made in Iran." Freaking one time, smoking saved my life. We just got off shift at the talk. We're like, hey, before we go to the chew, let's stop and smoke. We stopped in the bunker and smoked. Halfway through the cigarette, a rocket landed in the middle of the right lane of the road that we would have been walking in, heading back to the chew. Yes, and every day for the rest of the deployment, I got to walk over that. Well, EOD had like hollowed it out, but it still had like the hollow shell in the ground there because it was stuck in there. It's like every day I got to walk by that motherfucker. Sorry for my language. Ugh, sorry to hear that. Yeah. Luckily, in 3 deployments, I never had my own tick or troops in contact. Yeah, I just had to help support some others. My trips between bases and stuff were uneventful. Yeah. I'm familiar with them. So my second deployment, I was the Highway Traffic Division Routes NCOIC for Iraq. I controlled all the ASRs and MSRs in the country. So like if a road went down, I gave everybody in the country the alternate route that they were approved to take to go around and stuff. So yeah, and I also helped handle the sheriff's net, so help and support and respond to medevacs, troops in contact, stuff like that. So yeah, I got a lot of anxiety and stress from that deployment. Got a Bronze Star from it though. Got a Bronze Star from it though. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Oh, I hate it when they fucking do that shit. And that's all on your fucking command then. I mean, I was in E6 when I got mine. Uh, I, I started that deployment E5 and I got promoted E6 during the deployment. Oh, that's bullshit. Well, sorry to hear that. Yeah, mine wasn't. Mine was just meritorious, but I we were having an issue with uh convoys getting like backed up and getting ambushed and stuff. So I was tracking convoys moving around the entire country. So I can't. Sorry, short of breath for a second. One sec. Anyways, it was a classic like math problem of like if a convoy's leaving this part of the country heading a direction, another one's leaving another part, another one's leaving another part, and there's also route clearance on the road somewhere. At what point will they all meet at the same time and location? So I came up with the code and formulas to graphically project all of our future movement for the next 72 hours. So that way we could like deconflict stuff. And so I had actually just stepped over to the table to roll a joint. Mm. I just got some this morning. Hmm. Let's see. It's, yeah. I can help you run through a bunch. Oh, nice, nice. Yeah, a lot of the summons take like 27 apiece. Yeah, so like the bloods used for Lord Zir use 27 blood in one of those Stygian stones that you got, and that'll summon the tormented Zir. He's probably the easiest one to kill. That's why a lot of people go for him, or like try to buy the blood. I got like 200. It's fine. Like Well, I pulled so many people through those hordes, and like, well, when you do the tier 7 and tier 8, it has a higher percentage chance of dropping the Stygian stones. So yeah, I've just accumulated a lot. That's why I don't even open that chest anymore. Let's see. Do you know if there's any specific items you need? So if you're looking at a Necromancer build on the hordes list on maxroll.gg, like there might be some uniques. Yeah, also on the maxroll.gg, the drop down at the top that says resources, there's a boss loot cheat sheet that'll tell you exactly which boss drops which uniques. So if you know what unique you need, then we'll take those boss resources and go get it. Got it? You look that up while I'm rolling the joint. Hmm. How many sparks do you have, or resplendent sparks? Two. All right. You mean the nightmare dungeons or materials might? Yeah, a lot of people like that. That has movement speed and survivability on it. All right, so every tormented boss has a chance to drop those mythics that you need. So essentially, you target the uniques you want, and you hope for the mythics to drop. Make sense? Yeah. Yeah. So the way it works, or the math behind it, so every tormented boss will drop 5 uniques. They have 5 unique item slots they're going to drop. All right. Each of those 5 slots has a 1.5% chance to be a mythic. So technically, you can get 5 mythics. I have had 2 drop for me twice. But like each of those unique items you'll see drop had a 1.5% chance of being a mythic. That's what she said. Sorry, crude humor. Tell me to shut up if you need. Yeah. So almost done over here. About to roll up the paper. Oh, and yeah, for each build, it's real important to look at uh, like what aspects they have on the legendary items and what tempers. Like a lot of people miss that with like the lightning spear sorcerer build I'm doing. A lot of people miss that it requires critical strike damage like everywhere. If you don't have critical strike damage, it doesn't do the damage it's supposed to. It depends on what build you're doing. So if you're trying to do the lightning spear sorcerer, then that's all crit damage. Now there is one thing that's lucky hit on the gloves. But, hmm hmm That's right. Just a second, be able to try to level you up a little more. Send a text to someone downstairs asking if they can please refill my copy. I always ask for help with little things like that because I don't know, it causes a lot of pain just going across the house and back. Mm. Yeah, I have spondylolisthesis of the L5 where it's 3 millimeters forward of the S1, right at the sciatic nerve. So my sciatic nerve's like permanently exposed and pinched. Um, it, it's like I have to be careful of everything I do, you know. And then I got a few exposed nerves up in my thoracic area too. They're not as severe as the lumbar, but also my tailbone's permanently fractured at a 90-degree angle. I'm still fighting for the combat related on it, but right now they only gave me combat related for my tinnitus, just because they can't discount that I fired weapons in a lot of places, and yeah, and like my time at Fort Campbell alone, I was a range safety officer like most of my time at Fort Campbell, like always out there training people. Uh, but shit, what was I talking about? uh, let's see. Yep, yep. I'm sure it'll come back. Let's see. Yep, yep. Hmm. Did you do any of the Paragon board? All right. So you go ahead and do that real quick. I'm gonna step away to the bathroom real fast, and that should give you some time. Right back. I'm back. Thank you. No, you either gotta delete them one by one to go back a board, or you have to refund the entire thing. Yeah, yeah, it's either one at a time or everything. Yeah, they really should fix that. I've always wanted like a one button to do a single board. Y'all hear that? That's what we want. Feels like they do the stuff we talk about on voice a lot. There's something to the everybody listening thing. Now I know personally, I've hosted personal like servers for like games like Conan Exiles, Ark, Minecraft, stuff like that. And when you host your own server, you can observe all chat happening inside that server. So hypothetically, you should be able to hear all voices happening inside that server. I mean, coming from our background, right? Thinking about from that perspective. And there's been about 10 times since I started streaming that I've talked about little things like that, and then I've seen it in a future patch. Sorry, my mind connects all the shit. Well, it was my job as a fox to connect all the pieces and like put all the puzzle pieces together. So I was the all source. All the single sources were out collecting it, and it all came to me, and I had to put it together and say what's happening. Hopefully, I was right. Yep. Oh yeah. I mean, I use one for music just because I've given up because I have phones around me. Smart TVs can do it. Yeah, even the like a Roku. I got one sitting in front of me there, but I know mine doesn't have a camera on it. Roku's that have a camera, the company running Roku can log into that camera and look through that camera. So be careful if you have a Roku TV or you know what I'm talking about. Um, yeah, be careful with smart TVs and stuff that have cameras, because just like laptops, they can be logged into remotely. And where on your TV can you control your like cybersecurity? You can't, can you? Nope. It's completely controlled by the company that makes the TV. I've seen reports of like employees, like piece of shit employees, just working there, 9 to 5 shift or whatever, just logging into people's houses and watching them have sex. Yep. Where there's a will, there's a way, right? Hmm. Uh, usually, so typically your goal is to uh, go in one part, get out another part, and get the glyph along the way with the least amount of points possible. And you want to rotate it so you come out a direction that's not obstructed. Let's see. So I don't know. And it varies board to board. Usually, yeah. So usually, if I know a board is harder to get through, I'll save it till later. And if a board, there's some boards that like you can quickly like just do it, cut through a corner, you're in and you're out, and you got the glyph. Um, like I'll use those boards to advance further, and then the boards that are more expensive, I'll use those later. And maybe I'll have like a couple of different exits where they're coming out of. And a lot of the stats throughout the Paragon board might not be necessary. You got to look at it because a lot of them are additive. The important thing is at least having the stat. It's like say if you're looking for physical damage, you want to at least have something for physical damage, say 20%, because that gives you a multiplier of a times 20. But anything else you get for the physical damage would just be additive onto that. Right. So your goal is to get as many multipliers as possible, and then depending on your build, you'll focus on a specific number. Yeah, and the devs call it buckets of numbers. So like they have different buckets of numbers that multiply against each other. Um, and the more multiplications you have in the equation, the higher the number gets. Yeah. Quick example, additive versus multiplicative, 90 plus 10 is 100, 90 times 10 is 900. So for example, if let's say you have 90% physical, another 10% physical would just put you at 100% physical. However, if you got an extra 10% damage to bleeding enemies, that would be 90% physical times the 10% to bleeding. So that'd be 900. Does that make sense? So it's like a different category, a different multiplier. So like different lines and different conditions per board. Yes. A typical build has 6 glyphs. A few you can reach 7 and 8. Occasionally a build only has 5, but the vast majority of builds I've seen out there have 6. Next season, which is in 7.5 days, or 7 days now, I don't know, I forget. Uh, Next season, you can only have 5 glyphs, so you're going to get a lot more extra stuff on the Paragon board. They're going to increase the amount of Paragon points you get though, and also make it kind of like a separate leveling system. And also, while it's going to be a little more of a grind getting the Paragon points, any Paragon points you get are shared across all your characters. No, so well, like say, like the points for your Paragon board. Let's say you're playing your Necromancer and you earn, like after you hit max level, you earn 100 Paragon points. If it starts at max level, I'm not sure how the grind starts, uh, but the 100 Paragon points you get will be available when you play your other characters. Like if you switch over to your Barbarian, that Barbarian would have the 100 Paragon points that you got from the Necromancer. But I think there's only a max of 300 Paragon points. I think it's more than we have right now. So essentially, they're wanting to stick to only 5 glyphs. And so right now, they're trying to break the system right now. Where like what we're doing, just trying to go through the boards as fast as possible, get the glyph and get out, because you get a lot more just from the glyphs. That's why like my Lightning Spear Sorcerer can do so much because it uses 8 glyphs. So like every glyph has an extra one of those multipliers that I'm talking about. That's what a lot of the high damage builds are going for. Nice. Yay. Sorry, I like helping. I was a senior instructor for the military suit. Yeah. Yeah. I did like almost 11 years force com, and then I went to trade Tradoc until they medically retired me at 16. But in that time, I used everything I learned in force com and the three deployments to then I helped rewrite a lot of the manuals, and I traveled around teaching people how to use the computer systems. And then when they yeah, go ahead. Sorry. Oh, hate that. Mm, mm. Sorry, I actually got a few classes because I couldn't be air assault, I think. So like I hurt my spine in my third deployment, and then after I came back from that, I PCS. Well, I was at Fort Hood at the time, or Cavazos, whatever the fuck it is now. I don't know. But anyways, after the third deployment hurt my back, I PCS to the best place to go with a back injury, which is Fort Campbell, Kentucky. Um, and so I don't know. There's a bit of sarcasm there. So I get there. Yeah. But anyway, so they couldn't make me go to air assault school because of the spine injury. Well, it wouldn't be good for me. But there's a few times they did gaslight me on the injury, saying, "Oh, here's some ibuprofen, you're fine." It took 2 years for me to get my fucking MRI. Like I PCS like right after getting back from the deployment. So like, getting back, it's like, why am I hurting? Why am I hurting? Why am I fucking hurting? Or like before the deployment, I was like fucking Captain America. Like oh, my last PT score before deployment was like 280 or something. Um, but yeah, and then suddenly it's like, can't do anything without hurting, guys. What's happening here? Yeah. But anyway, after 2 years, they finally did an MRI, and they were like, yeah, you tore the disc between your L5 and S1, and your disc been rubbing together, and it's kind of fucked up. You know? Yeah. Um, so I think I know where the injury came. There was one time we had incoming, and there was like an old trench outside the talk. I'm not sure if you can picture it, but like when they first set up the base, you start building your perimeter from the inside out. So the talk had like an old trench dug there, right? It was weathered out, it hadn't been used in years. But anyways, we had incoming, and the only thing I could do, I was out in the open. The only thing I could do is jump in there butt first. So I think that's where like my fractured tailbone comes from too. So yeah. But I don't know. There was like 75 different incomings and stuff during that time frame, and it's hard to tell so many times. Well, wearing full kit, just throwing your body around like a rag doll. Anyway, the spot that's messed up is like right where the bottom plate would touch your spine. You know. So I don't know. I'm just picturing like one time it just hit it wrong. And suddenly it's like, why am I hurting? Why am I hurting? How's that Paragon board going? Sorry, I'm still smoking too. Hmm. Hey, anything you're doing has to be better than what was happening, right? I see. If you said you're wanting to kill some bosses, I can get on my Deathblow Barbarian, because that's actually what he's designed for. So like this Whirlwind Barbarian is designed for speed farming, whether it's Nightmare Dungeons, the Time Trial, or doing the Tier 7. But then the Death Blow is the boss killer. It's like a slow moving tank that's going to kill anything that gets in front of it or in a line from it. The thing I'm excited about next season, you're gonna be have two builds on the same character and change between them, kind of like your wardrobe. So like I'd be able to have the whirlwind and that death blow on the same character. So it's like I could use whirlwind in the first room in the horde, and then switch to the death blow for the boss room, or yeah, or something like that. They're adding a lot of new items. Yeah. Oh yeah. Actually, I wouldn't mind taking you through a tier 7 horde with this one before killing some bosses, because you didn't really get to see what this one does inside the nightmare dungeon, because it was like just a couple little fights as we went along. But like it really gets crazy when it's in a big crowd of stuff. Yeah, yeah. The big thing is if you're gonna be staying alive now, because that I preach that to people all the time. If you want to level up, it's step one, stay alive. Step two, hit something. There you go. And step three, you get experience. There you go. Boom. Done. Yeah, but also one thing I preach a lot is treat it like it's hardcore. Focus on survivability until you can survive, and then you take away survivability to deal more damage. Does that make sense? Like, add as much. Yeah. Well, like you want to. Well, in hardcore, if you die, you got to make a new character. But like, it. The reason, well, I have one character I started. I started streaming the story on the last season, but I don't know, it changed seasons. I didn't want to restart it. Uh, but I just worry about dying to servers. Like that has killed me more than anything. Like a little bit of server lag here and there. Like that would be so frustrating. Hmm. Yep. Poof. Yep. Poof. You're an ashtray. Magic trick. All right. Hey, you're 94. Yeah. You'll be 100 today. The as you Each level, you actually get a good chunk of survivability. The closer you get to 100, it's like you get more life every level. And a very important thing is making sure your armor and your resistance to all elements is capped out. So your armor must be over 9230, and your resistances must be 70. It's like not really optional. for especially for playing tier 7 and tier 8. Yep. So based on what I'm looking at on your gear, I would say on your boots, turn that life per second to armor, and then you might need to put like one skull into a piece of jewelry, and you should be good. Maybe. If are you 9230 yet? Gotcha, gotcha. My bad, my bad. I thought you were done. I will shut my pie hole. Is there a specific unique that you're missing? Not a mythic, just a unique. Okay. All right. Yeah, I mean you're gonna be hurting a little until you get 925 gear. Okay. All right. Step one, get 925 gear because your armor that you get per piece of I for each item is based on the item level, as well as resistances. Yeah, yeah. Man, shoot. Someone came up and got my coffee cup. My dog's looking at me like, hey, I'd like to go use the bathroom. I'll let you go potty? All right. All right. Okay. Hold on. I got an item for you, I think. My bad, that one's account bound. One sec, I think I got another item for you. My bad. Okay, this one's a runner-up. The other one had 2 stars, but of course the 2-star one's account bound, right? Uh, let's see. So obviously you want to change the aspect, add some temperings, but it seemed like a good base. Oh, sorry, my bad. I went too far. Oh, shit. Sorry, random clicking. Can't touch the mouse when I'm high. Oh, yeah. Hell yeah. Congrats. Yeah. No, actually, I like the one you got. It's got so the one I was trying to give you had it had 2 greater fixes for life and critical strike damage. So that's actually just like the one I had. Like you could roll that life on hit to whatever you want, or just keep the life on hit. You know. So yeah. So congrats. Yeah, that's a good ring for you. No, that's fine. My stash is full. I said that's. Don't worry about it. My stash is full. Yes. All right. All right. All right. One second. I'm scanning to see if I have a temerity in my stash. All right. Not the best rolls, but there's one. Not sure if you can pick it up. Yep. Cool. All right. Let's see. I mean, you're going to want a lot better roll on that barrier number down there, but it's a start, right? I got a lot of Tibalt's Wills, and the other item you need, I think it only drops for Necromancers. So what boss drops that other item that you need? And also, I'm gonna mute it and eat some Cheez-Its, so I'm not crunching in your ear. All right, Tyrell's Might, Starless Skies, they drop from every boss because they're mythics. The first one you mentioned, we need a target. And Dario's Visage, also a mythic, drops from any boss. So the first item you mentioned, we need to target the boss that drops that item. Yes. We kill that boss till you get the best Ring of Mendel you can get, and then, or we run out of mats, and hopefully one of those mythics drops, or 2 more mythics drop that you can turn into sparks, and then you get what you want. Oh yeah, that reminds me. You're broke. Let me give you some gold. Sorry, was chewing. On maxroll.gg, on the drop downs at the top, there's one for resources. And under resources, you're looking for boss loot cheat sheet, and typically it has like a fire icon beside it or something because it's hot. Hold on, I'm adding some gold here. There you go. Boss loot cheat sheet. I think it's over on the right side somewhere. If I'm Then scrolling down, it'll show each of the bosses, and each of the bosses will show loot drops by class. One of those will have the item for your class, and we'll go kill that boss to try to get it. Yeah, just had a coffee. Beast Nice? Okay. Alright, that's going to be our distilled pure. The black jars. Yeah, I forget. I think it's 27 each. So, like, essentially, for all the unique CC available to your class on there, each kill, you're going to have a random 5 drop. You could have 5 drop of the same fucking item. And then hopefully each one of those drops will have a 1.5% chance to be a mythic. That's how it works. Now that you see the loot table in front of you. you know. Sorry, I only have 14 distilled pure on me. I'd actually just killed the Beast Nice a few times the other day using up mine. But actually, let me put that. I'm putting it in my stash for now, so that way I'll have it on my other character. I'm going to. I want to do tier 7 first before we go kill Beast Nice. 'Cause I don't want to use this boss. I mean, I could take this boss and kill or this barbarian and kill bosses. That's fine. But yeah. Let's see. Find you a potion to drink. I'd say you'd probably want advantage. That sounds good for a necromancer. Because your pets get your stats. That's the important part. And your pet's damage, I think, goes up exponential with attack speed. So I haven't really. I mean, I leveled a necromancer last season, but I haven't really played a necromancer since like season one. So yeah, but yeah, just spitballing it here. Yeah, I played a bunch in Diablo 3 as well. Yeah, honestly, I dozed off too much playing my necromancer. All right, starting up at tier 7 if you're ready. I just drank a potion. Oops. Okay. Let's see. I was saying on your boots, roll. Well, so honestly, I think it's negligible right now because the item levels. I think you need item level 925 everywhere before we really worry about maxing your stats. But what I was saying is on your boots, make that life per second armor, and then on one of your gems, put a skull to get armor, and then I think that might get you close to the 9230, so you'd get a lot more damage reduction. I mean, you could. Yeah, I would say take one of them out for right now. When you get item level 925 gear, you'll readdress it, and also naturally your resistance to all elements will get better too. Because with all your gear or your better gear, your jewelry will have higher all resistance stats, and you'll have higher intelligence, and your intelligence gives you all resistance, if I'm not mistaken. And it changes it for some classes. And if you need any gems, let me know. I just gave like 50 of each of the max gems away the other day. Because I've ran so many hordes. I'm not sure if you noticed that the chest that gives neoth also gives gems, and like so I have maxed out to where like I can't pick up more gems multiple times. So like I just craft the gems and throw them in my stash. Because I found out you can only have 999,999 of the fragments, and I've hit that multiple times. Yeah, but you'll see you'll get a lot like if you putting it into the right chest. Which early on that's the chest to go for. So I mentioned you'll probably want to do this. Always do the 60 because the 60 on tier 7 and 8 has a chance at a mythic, just like the bosses, right? And then I do like 2 on the left chest because the left chest has a chance at 2 and 3 stars, and then I just put it all in the Neoth Iron on the right until eventually you really only care about the 60 in the middle and you just slap it all in the gold. Yeah. So I'm telling you from like a speed farming perspective of where like I'm just running them back to back to back, hitting the stuff I care about. Hmm. It's okay. You're among company. You You're amongst company. Good company. Just tell me when to start the tier 7. Yeah, we're good to go. All right. Oh, I know. It's so annoying sometimes. Like, I'm sure if you know what RNG is, random number generation, but I don't think it's true RNG because like it'll give the same decimal percentage over and over again. Like, how is that even fucking possible with RNG? Like, if I roll a D100 10 times, I'm not gonna get 31.25 five times that, you know. On your boots, did you roll the that life per second or at the Oculus? Did you enchanting? Did you roll that life per second into armor? I hate for me it won't update your equipment until like we go to another zone. It's like I can't see any changes you're making until we go to another zone. You know. Well, no, if you did it on the boots, what's your armor at now? That's better. That's better. When you hover over to what percentage is it giving you? So the max is 85% at 9230. Yeah. Well, are you on PC or yeah? So for me, when I hover over the armor number, it gives me a pop-up and says reduces physical damage taken from enemies of equal level by 85%. 81. So that's equal level by 81. Now below that it says 9230 is required for maximum against level 100 enemies and beyond. So that means like in the hordes, everything's over 100. So you need 9230 to get the 85%, which is the max that you can get. So every percentage makes a difference. Like I don't know, if I lose 5 or 10%, I can suddenly get one shot. You know. Yeah. Yeah. Because you don't need that too much. Your build's gonna be more life per hit instead of life per second. Life per hit and your pets hitting. I think your pets get benefit from life per hit too. So that with the temerity gives you a bubble or it gives you the barrier. So that's the same thing I'm doing. And well, you also want the Endariel's Visage because it gives life per hit. It's essentially the same thing I'm wearing. I got the Endariel's Visage and the temerities on, so that way I got the life per hit and the constant barrier from it. 1034. Take the skull out and put a diamond back in. And you need to have all the royal diamonds. I don't know. Do you need me to craft them for you? I got a lot of them. Uh, when I inspect you, you got the smaller ones. I think you would need 30,000 or whatever. Let's see. Right now I can craft 95 of them, so I'm gonna craft three for you. Okay? Here you go. Right there. It's on the ground. There you go. So then put those three in your jewelry, and that should help your resistances. You want them at 70% or above. When you get Tyrael's Might, that'll take care of it. Tyrael's Might will take care of all your resistances for you. And did you put the new gems in yet? Okay. All right, so that means currently, just don't get hit by anything elemental. It'll hurt. I mean, but what you could do is on both your ring and your necklace. I think on your ring, you could roll that intelligence into resistance all elements, and on your necklace, you could roll that intelligence into resistance all elements. I think you double check that. Both your ring and your necklace, the intelligence stat that's already been rolled, see if that can become resistance all to all elements. It's fine. Don't worry about the gold. Don't worry about the gold costs. You got plenty of gold. I got another 17.3 billion, and there's only a week left in the season. I know. At least it caps out at some point. Yes, it does. Yeah, it depends on like the item slot and the item level. Some items are like 1, 2, 3 million. Some are 5. Some are 7. All right, cool. That's good. Yeah, so don't worry. Yeah, don't worry about the gold costs. Yeah, nice, nice, nice. Because the goal is to survive, so you level. All right, and your other jewelry item, see if you can do the same on it. Yes. The Andario's Visage will have all the life on hit you need whenever you get it. I don't know if you know. Looks like I'm gonna link mine for you in the chat right there. That's what I use. Yeah, like look how much life per hit is on Andario's Visage. It makes the 32 on that ring look like shit. You know. Yeah. So you see, you don't care about life on hit anywhere else. You get the Andario's Visage and you're good, right? Right now your goal is staying alive and getting experience. So now, what's your resistance at? Hey, that sounds like winner, winner, chicken dinner. All right. Sorry. Oh fuck. Oh, sorry. You need me to cancel. You need to what? Yeah, red ones. I think I got some. I know. Let's see. For the red, you're gonna want those. I dropped them on the ground. Let's see. So when you're leveling, yeah, the topaz gives you intelligence, but when you start pushing the in-game content, you need more life, and it really helps. So essentially, it's the same concept of you get enough survivability, and then once you're surviving, you remove survivability. So you start out with all reds, and then once you're staying alive, you slowly take a reds and add yellows until you're not staying alive. Does that make sense? And your weapons, I don't know. It seems like this season green's the one to use. And I just noticed I had a sword in that I had just gotten and it didn't have a gem. Oh my goodness, I'm a noob. I wonder how many times I've showed that on stream. Actually, no. Actually, I haven't played the character in a long time. That's what happened. I put the weapon on like the last time I played, and got it set up, for Whirlwind, and yeah. Then I just played today. I've been playing the Sorcerer and streaming Cyberpunk. That's what I've been doing. I think so. Hold on, let me double check. Just I'm trying to think about it from a pet perspective. You know, either green or blue, or a green and blue. I don't know. Either one's good. Or if you wanted to, you could do two skulls. That wouldn't hurt you either right now because you don't have Endarl's Visage yet. Actually, for surviving in the Horde, the two skulls would be the best for you. My bad. I stand corrected. Yeah, because, well, thinking about your temerity, whenever you heal and you're already at max life, you get a barrier, right? So that means in the horde, I think if as long as you hit something and I kill it, you should get credit for that. I think, right? So I'm just picturing you having a barrier. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yes. So essentially, well, the Andariel's Visage is going to take care of all your life gain, right? That's the goal. But right now, this could be a hold me over, like in the horde, if there's a lot of stuff dying. I don't know, worth trying, worth trying. You know, as far from being carried perspective. That. Don't forget drink a potion, maybe incense, get those experience boosts going on. Well, so it gives a small stat boost and experience boost. So you can get experience boost from your potions and incense. And I think if I want to say, yeah, let me double check. I can't remember how much they've changed it, but I'm inside the horde waiting. You go up to Alchemist and look at it and read it and let me know. And I'm not sure if you know, but there's actually you can have three instances on at once, where there's a type one, type two, and type three. So you can have one of each type active. I think, yeah, yeah, I think well, so you can have a potion and three instances available at once. But I think the third instance, I think the type three is level 100, so you might not have that available. But if you look, like in the subtext under it, it'll say what type it is. So you could have a type 1 and a type 2 active simultaneously. And take your time. I'm drinking coffee, eating Cheez-Its, smoking vape. I'm content. So, come to me and use it because it'll put a circle around you, so we'll both get it. I'm inside the horde or at the entrance. Yeah, you can either teleport to me or go to the map and click on the horde. All right. So yeah, just go straight in my hole. Just no permission, no lube. I can't remember if I told you I was a certified victim advocate for the SHARP program, the Sexual Harassment and Assault Response Prevention Program. So I was a nationally credentialed victim advocate, or like I could show up to crime scenes and stuff. I was also a master resiliency trainer, and then I became a senior trainer for the army. So okay. Mhm. Yep. There you go. Funny story. I just ran in hitting buttons like I thought I was my sorcerer. I know. I know. So that's the thought I lost earlier. I knew it'd come back eventually. I was saying that because of my spine injury and I couldn't go to air assault school, they needed somebody to handle those others' jobs. You So with it, I had to do all the training for the brigade and battalions, stuff like that. You know, Uh, yeah. That's a lot of fucking explosions here. What the hell? Hmm. Oh, nice. Yeah, part of my job says on duty roster rotation thing, but sometimes for a week at a time, I would carry the crisis hotline cell phone with me. So if anybody called it, I'm the person that they talk to. Very nice, very nice. I mean, obviously, you don't want to stand the shit, but even I don't want to stand the shit. It won't turn out too good if I stand it too much. I'm gonna try to res you though. I can stand a little bit to res you. Let's see, because I can shout while I'm resing. That's pretty cool. Oh, you were up. They saw you. You were down. Doobie doobie doo. Shit, 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 shit. Hmm. Hmm. What I've seen some people do, especially necromancers, they'll just run around the edge of the outside, around just like around the entire, like you're running laps. Let's see. Yeah, you wind up having a lot of shit chasing you, but I think your pets deal damage while you're doing that, so you get experience. Uh oh. And sometimes they catch you. Ah, damn, I'm stuck. I can't move. What the hell? There we go. Glad I got out of there before that explosion. Shit. Oh, that's another explosion. You're up. You know what? I have another idea to power level you, if you don't mind. If we leave out of here and restart it, I want to restart a tier 6, and then I also have another idea. Because on a tier 6, I don't really have to worry about my survivability, so I have a few more support things where I can pull stuff to me, right? So that way, it can't really get to you. And I figure tier 6 should still be good experience for you, especially if you stay alive better. And I'm also going to get out my football team because I'm a Titans fan. So I'm going to get all the blue football players on the field. You'll see what I'm talking about. Yes, yeah. Yeah, I mean, the Army moved me all around, dropped me in Arizona, but grew up around Tennessee and Nashville. Oh, nice, nice. Small fucking world. Oh, nice. Yeah, well, I was stationed at Fort Campbell for a while, so. Well, that's one reason I'd actually requested to go to Fort. That's why I went like almost immediately after the deployment because I had it worked out because I had family around the Nashville area, so I had been trying to go to Fort Campbell, right? So like that was one of my goals. I wasn't planning on going there with a spine injury though, you know. That fucking sucked, especially the like stereotyping and ostracizing from it, being always in NCOIC positions without being air assault. I'm sure you can imagine that. Yeah, same thing. Yeah, Fort Bragg was airborne and Fort Campbell was air assault. So tomato tomato between the two places. As far as recognition and ostracizing and stuff like that. That's why you get slapped with all the extra duties like MRT and Sharp and stuff. Things that the infantry guys don't want to deal with. But it's cool. I enjoy doing it. So I'm changing some items and I'm trying to find some boots that are in my stash and my stash is full and I haven't organized in forever. For a needle in a haystack. Nope, not when you res. Only when you revive. And then when you get Tyrael's Might gives you indestructible, which means your stuff doesn't get damaged at all. It's an extra stat under it. It says indestructible, something like that. It's a pull from Diablo 1, Diablo 2. You the grandfather has it as well for the barbarian. Hey, let's see. I'm dropping some boots here. Are you where I'm at? Are you at the stash? Shit. I don't know if you need these, but you might. I don't know. Well, maybe not right now. Maybe or hell, maybe you roll something on there to the armor. But you needed some armor. But yeah, hey, hold on to those for a minute until you get like your armor taken care of on another piece. Let's see. Not just yet, because we had just gotten your armor up above 9230, so we want to keep it that way for right now. Yeah, so I mean, just hold on to it right now. Maybe in the next day or so, you might get armor worked out on another item. So then that way, those are the boots that you put on. You know. And if not, I just found these hanging out. The third stat on there, you can roll into armor. There you go. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Let's see. See, I think I'm going with these. Going with that. Okay. Nice. All right. I think I am set up for speed power leveling. Uh, maybe. All right. Change one more item right here. There we go. All right. So now I officially have three different ways that I like vacuum everything to my location, along with a lot of the ass kicking I was doing. I dropped my damage just a little bit. I'm gonna check and trade real quick, see if anybody wants to get power leveled. See if one or two. Not sure if anybody want to help. I always like helping people when possible. I said about to power level on tier 6 horde, two spots open, if you can stay alive for experience. All right, let's see. All right, there's one person asking. You know, All right, there they are. Some of those things I had to add them both as friends to invite them, and then like I don't know, it took a minute to find them on the list. Yeah. Well, they're doing that this next season too. They're adding like a group finding feature, kind of like you'd have on World of Warcraft or Final Fantasy or something. Yeah, so you'll be able to pick like what content you're going for, and also whether you're looking for like microphone or no microphone, stuff like that, and or whether you're pushing progression, just doing some farming, stuff like that. So yeah, stuff they should have had at the beginning, but no one was there telling them, hey, have y'all thought about this or that or anything at all? Have y'all done anything? Why not? There was a lot of concepts that already existed in Diablo 3 and Diablo 2 that you would think that like that technology already existed, but I think there was a brain gap from different developers on the projects. Like I don't think the right stuff. I don't think there was a handoff with the right information of like how that coding was done or how So it's been a I think it's been a learning process for them. That's why we've been slowly getting stuff as we go. Like we just got like followers and pets recently, and we're about to get the mercenaries, which is like what we had in Diablo 3. You know, or we're getting that with the expansion too. So I don't know. Yeah, I think it's a lot to do with like new programmers working on it. But yeah, yeah. Taking a sip of coffee, about to start it up. All right, I think we're ready. Uh, oh, uh, I just noticed they were both 100. You know. But I mean, a lot of people they are still struggling to progress. So it is the end of the season. They could have just came on. Hmm. Yeah. Get the battle pass done, get the season journey done. All right, we'll see how everybody stays alive, and we'll think about Tier 7 again. Oh, no, I did lower my damage a little. All right, two of us are in here. It's usually the fastest way. All right. These soul spires really suck as barbarians sometimes. Oh no! Oh, I forgot to change my ultimate too. Shoot. I'm supposed to have the blue army out. I put on the pants for it. Titans. They played Monday Night. They played Monday Night Football tonight. The Call of the Ancients. hmm I put on the pants that increase the cooldown, so then like I'm already doing stuff that increases or like reduces the cooldown. So sorry, one sec. Be right with you. Here we go this time. This time's gonna, let's see. Ooh, yes. Let's see how many of these blue people I can wind up getting out on the screen at once. That's my goal. Going for a lot of them. Can you see them? I don't know. I don't know. Sometimes like our each other's stuff is like kind of faded out. So yeah. How far are you from 95? Nice. We just got Hellborn. They should help. Uh, yeah. Ooh, me too. I got hit by some explosions. Mm. Yeah. Uh-oh. Yep. Oh shoot, I forgot to tell these people they're live. My bad. Pretty good pick so far. For of course you can give all the good picks for being tier 6. It wouldn't give me these picks if I was playing tier 8. I just had Surging Hellborn a few times in a row after getting Hellborn at the very beginning. That was pretty nice. Should finish with a good bid after this wave. Typically, yeah, typically over to in the 200s after 5 is good. Anytime, well, like for having either 9 or 10 waves, anytime I've crossed the 1,000 threshold for a 1,000 Aether, I've had like around 250 after 5 waves. Sometimes more. Yeah. Sometimes I've been in the 200 after 4. It really depends, like what order you get stuff. Uh-huh. That could happen. That could happen. Hmm. Mm. Yeah, they got you. So that's another reason I was hoping to get some other people in here helping, is so that way, like, I could focus on the killing and someone else could res you if needed. Work smarter, not harder, right? Oh, maybe it's a Tuma. Yeah, sorry, we got lords out here now. My bad, I didn't think that through. Yeah, it seems like a lot of explodey stuff. Oh, yep. Shit. That was a lot. Oh, shit. My bad. Those lords got out of control. That's actually funny. That was a lot of lords. I'm gonna get on the Lightning Spear Sorcerer just to clear everything faster. With the Lightning Spear Sorcerer, you might not die at all in Tier 6. Because my lightnings for sorcerer, like just it'll, especially on tier 6, it'll just clear the entire screen like as it spawns. Yep. All right. Be right back. You got lead. I'll join you. Be right back. My bad, everyone. Excuse me. All right. All right. Unfortunately, with all the pulls that I put on my character on that Whirlwind Barbarian, I took away some survivability. I guess I underestimated all those lords. Because the best thing to do on the Whirlwind, from what I found, is putting on the aspect of the fortress. I actually, like any barbarian build now, it can make you almost immortal. Where it's like the more life you lose, the more damage reduction you get. So it's like your life can go down to 20%, but then you don't die. You know, you might. If not, your barbarian just needs to run some hordes. The new aspects come out of the chests and the hordes. If you're ever wondering how to farm, how to get them, it was one of the new aspects added for this season. Nice. Oh, nice. Can the necromancer use it too? Sweet. Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. Mm. Gotcha. Watch out for the fire. All right, if y'all can activate the events, I will like have everything dead as it spawns. When I stay in the dead center here, it's like I have the reach to cover all the events areas for the most part. Yeah, or like my lightning spheres, really. If you see them flying around, I just made an updated full build guide for my sorcerer earlier. If you ever wanted to make your sorcerer like this one, but granted, the season only lasts another week. I'm not sure what level your sorcerer is. Yeah, what level is your sorcerer now? Hmm. All right, looks like he's got you. That's good. Uh-oh, lag spike. Were you able to hear that? Yeah. Okay. Even your response to me was a little broken. I'm just clicking like I'm playing. Yep. Okay. I heard the sound. Everything's still jumping around on me. Try to hit this. You know, I bet people are getting home right now. That's what's fucking happening. So I got yeah, yeah. You know, they get home, their devices start connecting, and you know, I own a six-bedroom house, so you know, uh, people are all coming and going around this time of day. Shit. Uh, yeah, and I live in a smaller military town, so I think they've been having issues with the internet lately. Yep. I told you I was an AIT instructor. Hmm. Oh, nice, nice. Yep. Yeah. So, yeah, I was a senior instructor on base, and I actually wrote some of the manuals that are being taught on base. So so I have a Bronze Star and I have two Meritorious Service Medals. One of the Meritorious Service Medals is from all the instructing and like writing that I did. The thing that finally got me and got me med board is I'm not sure if you heard a few years back the Army switched their PT test. Uh, I my permanent profile got reevaluated for the new PT test, and they said I had to get I was placed on the permanent disability retirement list. You know. Mm, yeah. Sorry. I know it sucks. I know firsthand it sucks. Yeah, that well, and at the time it was real strict of they didn't want to have any alternate events for anything, and here they reviewed me for this new six event PT test, and they were like, "Huh, you shouldn't medically do any of these events at all." And they started looking into the effects of my injury and start like I got a partial paralysis in both legs when I sit and stuff like that, and just a lot of issues because it's the sciatic nerve that's messed up. But yeah, the thing that sucks is the civilian job I took right after was literally the same job I was doing as a soldier. But oh well. Mhm. Yeah. I liked it. Or the new PTS. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. Let's see. That was like right when I was leaving on my third deployment. So yeah, our careers crossed right there. I mentioned 2004. I joined in '05. So okay. Oh wow. Mm. Mhm. Wow. Yeah, you're 96. Wow. Mm. Hmm. You go through the process. You go through the channels. There's a reason we're the best fighting force. Because we do all that stuff. We don't just gather up all the conscripts in the country and send them into a meat grinder like what's happening right now. Yeah. One thing that I love is a lot of soldiers that I taught of how to well yeah a lot of soldiers I taught were working with NATO at the time. NATO was predicting that Russia was going to invade Ukraine. So I like that. I helped teach them how to do that. Like those are the type of predictions I did. Mm, yeah, I mean, I really hate that China and Iran and North Korea are propping them up, and they're all. I mean, so really, they're all cannibalizing each other right now. A lot of people don't realize that, but they are. They being cut off from the West is pretty devastating. They're essentially cannibalizing each other for what parts each other needs. Eventually, they're going to run dry on each other, or someone's going to turn against each other for this alliance they got going on. Yeah. So I mean, it's a little different. BRICS is the economic alliance, but the last thing we were calling it was the 4+1, where it's the four we know, is Russia, China, Iran, North Korea, and the plus one is the one in the future that that we don't know about yet. It's more economic. Yeah. No, they're trying to establish their new economic system. Uh, it Nah, it's not a military alliance. There's multiple neutral countries as far as stuff like India. India is a neutral country, right? They're not, and they're I mean militarily they're more at war with China than friends with them, right? Like they're still having daily like bloodshed on their borders between the countries. They have standing truce. They have standing truces that like weapons won't or like firing weapons won't be used. Black powder won't be used. They have daily skirmishes with bats and stuff like that. And both countries like arguing over how the border is drawn on the map. It is right. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Very nice. Very nice. 97. Nice. You got a few levels in that one, huh? Told you you're gonna have 100 today. If unless you're done, then I might be wrong. Mm, yep. Well, that worked out. Oh yeah, you'll be drowning in those, just like the gem pieces. Oh no, Pete Rose dead at 83. I know, I know. Like that's been a lifetime household name. Who am I gonna look up to for gambling now? I don't know. Oh, maybe. I need a good role model for football. Oh, that reminds me. What time's kickoff? Shit. And Titans are on tonight. Oh, and that reminds me. I forgot earlier. But oh, I was thinking I was on my barbarian thinking about the Titans real quick. Oh shit! It's in the first quarter. It started early. Oh, there's two Monday Night Football games, so Titans were the early game. I see. Okay. I got the NFL.com subscription, so I can watch live games and red zone and stuff like that. Sorry, just give me 1 second. All right. Well, oh my goodness. So far, both teams are just kicking their own asses. Titans first drive, they threw an interception. Dolphins first drive after the interception, they fumbled it, and then after that, the Titans punted it. So I guess Dolphins got the ball now. So, oh, damn! Now Titans quarterback just got hurt. I think. I don't know. Hopefully he's alright. He took a hard fall and landed on his shoulder. There we go. All right, now I get to try to help you in a horde and watch football at the same time. Oh, we lost her. Oh yeah, I just saw it there. Very nice. All right, are you wanting to stick with tier 6 or did you want to try tier 7? All right. All right, it's all about your survivability. And so you can't level if you're dead. But surviving tier 7 shouldn't be too much more than surviving tier 6. Okay. Hell yeah. Just let me know when you're ready for me to start it. I'm watching football and eating some Cheez-Its. Did you temper the new chess piece and stuff and put an aspect on it or what? Very nice. Well, if you just got armor on your chest, then you won't need armor on your boots. Remember, I gave you the 3-star boots earlier. I said, hey, maybe you won't need armor on your boots in the future. Ta-da! It's not too much over. All right, so this one's a tier 7. Very nice. Oh, right at the very end. Right at the very end. It's all right. You got experience for the whole wave, right? All right. Hold on. I'm gonna eat a couple bites of Cheez-Its and watch some some of the Titans drive real quick. One sec. About to have a third down play with the backup quarterback. Yeah, he's on the sideline getting his shoulder looked at. It's like he dove and landed on his side, and at the same time he landed on his side, another person landed on top of him on the other side and sandwiched him on the ground. You know. All right, ready? Hmm. On a sip of coffee. With my stomach issues last 3 years, Cheez-Its are like one of the only snacks I have that don't like make me throw up and stuff. Hmm. Oh yeah, I can't get any of the special ones. I can only get the basic ones, right? Mm-hmm. No, it just sucks. I used to eat like everything there was. Wow. So something's happening that I was expecting to happen. So the starting quarterback has been having horrible games. He's the reason the Titans are 0 and 3 right now. Titans should be 3 and 0, but like every game is just like interceptions, boneheaded, like pick sixes, whatever, boneheaded plays. He's like a young quarterback. It's like his seventh start, uh, but anyways, now he's injured on the sideline. The backup is in, and like the team's on fire. So the young starting quarterback could lose the job to the older backup. You know. Hmm. Yeah. And also, well, it really sucks. Like the rest of the team, I think has played pretty amazing this whole season, but the team is 0 and 3 because of the quarterback's play. Sometimes the young kid just has to sit down and watch the older guy, right? Uh huh. See, I'm watching that unfold right now. Like just like 10-yard pass, 10-yard pass, 10-yard pass. Titans are just getting too predictable, like they always do. Like because they have the backup quarterback in, it's like for the downs they keep going run, run, pass. Where first and second down they run, just trying to be safe with the backup quarterback in. But then on third down they're forced to pass. But so far the backup quarterback's been getting the job done. But if I was a defensive coordinator, I would plan around that to make sure that I stop the run and stop the run and stop the pass. So, so like I said, and I've seen the Titans do this a lot of years. That they become predictable in certain game situations. So if I ever unretired, I'd probably try to be like a NFL analyst or something. Uh, I don't. I focus on a lot of offense versus defense. Yeah. Well, so the stuff I did in the military would translate. So like offense versus defense. Like say, take a certain country I won't name. I can tell you exactly like how they would place all their tanks on the battlefield and like, where they'd be vulnerable at, or how we should attack them, or how they would attack us, stuff like that. But it all translates to like evaluating your foe and what you're dealing with, and countering war gaming and countering whatever they're doing. So in that aspect, football's always been something I use for analogies in the classroom when I'm teaching students, because you get students in off the street from basic training, and I got to teach them how to do military intelligence. But football is one of the best ways I can use analogies for too. But yeah, it's well, yeah. Well, I always find other ways. That I always had a knack for finding some type of metaphor or analogy. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah. Soccer's fun to play. I was on the team for a few minutes in high school until I stopped going to high school. you know, I got bored. I was bouncing around different family members' houses and stuff. Yeah. Let's see. These are all kind of crap. So you don't want the burning rain. That's bad for you. The mass doing unavoidable damage is bad for you, and I guess Scorching Mass is the one that's not as bad for you. That's my plan with it, but I usually wind up getting caught occasionally. But on tier 7, it's not as lethal for me. For you, it would be. Mainly. Oh, shit. There we go. You're up. Hmm. You feel like you're starting to do a little more than just run for your life, or what? Mm. Yeah, like yeah, I try telling people, a lot of people that step one is surviving. You know, you have to survive to like learn how to play the character and do stuff like that. Yeah, live to get the experience and items, and then you'll get the items to where you can like trade some of that survival for damage. I approached this season a little more like it was hardcore after I got into it and realized how it was going. With how like I don't know, they made bosses deadlier, like especially in the pits, where if you get hit more than 3 times by the shadow powers, you'll die. You know. Uh, so yeah. Here we go. This will give you some movement speed running around. And sorry, I am kind of like watching football at the same time, so our points not be as high as they could be. Yeah, 98. Step. Oh shit! See right there, I was looking down at the screen. I didn't see I was in an explode. Yeah. It's alright. So I got another helmet in my inventory, or the Harlequin's Crest, that gives me a lot more durability. So if I ever run out of revives, I put that helmet on, and then I can't die. Right now, I'm kind of playing in a glass cannon mode. It's like that's why like I just decimate everything on the screen. But like if there's a lot going on, I stay on the move because I can't get caught. Like literally, I'm gonna link this one item. It has +6 to glass cannon, which literally every point of that makes me take more damage. And then I'm focused more on attack speed than damage reduction, like other people and cooldown like other people are. So there we go. Yeah, but that +6 to glass cannon. Every point of glass cannon is like 8% damage and 4% damage you take, or like you deal more damage and you take more damage. Right. Hmm. Oh yeah, you don't do that until you get the survivability first. So I talk like yeah, and then again, like even in my version, I'm playing in glass cannon. I know that, so that's why I have an extra item in my inventory that if we run out of revives, I'll put on that item to get more damage reduction. You know. Enough. Yeah, it's like if so like currently I use this, which is like just attack speed and damage and the lucky hit doing damage, which also gives a fourth. It, the the poison on that lucky hit gives me a fourth element for this Talrasha. But if we run out of revives, I can put this on instead. Taking a sip of my coffee. Yeah, yeah. But like that's my last resort to stay alive. You know, I feel like I've tested it and I do a lot more damage with Andario's Visage. Mainly because on my build I want to attack as fast as possible. That's okay. There's not really experience to get in here. Yeah, and here are the two most dangerous things for me are either the Hydras or the tornadoes when they appear. But on tier 7, I just delete them. Earlier we were playing 3 and 4 players, so they had more life. Now it's just 2 players, so they have less life. I make them go away faster. Yeah, it, so that's one thing I hate about this one. So Diablo 3, it was percentage based for each player, but here it's literally a 1-to-1. So having a 4-player group is like 4 times the hit points. So that means if I'm carrying on 4-player, that means I got to be able to do 4 times the damage. You know? In the gold. Yeah, I think they're worried about their bugs with having too much loot on the ground. Because I know that is something that happens in boss rooms. Like if you go and kill bosses, in the past, all players like we'd kill the boss, we'd run out of the room, drop all the loot on the ground, go back in, kill the boss, run out, drop loot on the ground. You know, all the loot you didn't want. But then it got on this season, it got to where like after about 4 boss kills and dropping loot on the ground, the boss's loot would start dropping through the floor. So you'd miss out on your loot. Like it, and it's like that's what's people are that's what like the hordes bugging out you were talking about that you saw on Reddit. hmm So yeah, it's like man, I don't see what this should be easy with today's technology, but it's like for some reason they're using limited technology on their databases. Like that's why we only have the 6 stash tabs or something that we have, because apparently it's a lot of data storage for them for every stash tab that we have. Yeah. It does, but we have more tabs in Diablo 3, and for this they had the same reasoning in Diablo 3. It's still limited, but in Diablo 3, for every season, a reward for finishing the season journey was a permanent stash tab. So like that in Diablo 3, it started out with 6, and they were saying the same reasons, limited technology. But then now in Diablo 3, if you played every season, you got like 20 or 30 tabs. Right, and so if that technology exists now for Diablo 3, why don't we have it? It's the same as like the pets and stuff that like we're slowly getting, you know, that was mentioned earlier. Mute the microphone. Need a couple more Cheez-Its before starting the next one. And how far are you till 99? So you should get 100 on the next horde. And a lot of your damage will come from your glyphs and leveling up your glyphs. So don't forget that part later on. Let me know whenever you're ready. I'm just eating Cheez-Its and watching football. All right. Nice. Oh. Oh no, please don't go back. There's a flag. We just had a big run down to like the 2 yard line. Yep. Yep. Hmm. Yeah. Oh, all right. Ready? Here we go. Not bad. I always feel like anything over 20 is good for the first wave. My record highs, I've hit it a few times, has been 40 on the first wave. Yay, 30. Hmm. Yeah, just from, most days I just run hordes over and over again. Let's see. From these, I probably want the +2 for the soul spires, because in the entire waves, I'll probably see the most spires and anything else. I mean, when that's the only thing, or out of those options there, priority should always be Hellborn first, followed by anything for Aether Fiends, and then I say spires, then masses. That really depends on your build and your power. So I'm fine with them on tier 7. I can delete them real fast. But like say if you can't kill them fast, you saw what happened to us on tier 6 when there was too many of them, right? Yeah, and they also slowed down the progression and filling up the red bar. So like yeah, sometimes like the bar will just be a spec from being finished, and the Aether Lord's the only thing left to kill. Uh, yeah, that happens a lot. So then it's like you're like, well, we're not progressing any until we kill this Lord all the way, with all of its hit points or all of its life. That's our favorite thing right here, Hellborn. I know they need to increase the rewards for spires and masses. Now, so actually, with this sorcerer on tier 7, I can go lords, and I can kill him real fast. Tier 8, I'd want a partner that do damage like me to do that, because yeah. I mean, tier 7, I would say. One way to think about the monster life is so. Now this might just be like a rough estimate, but say 4 player like multiplies life times 4. So tier 7 4 player would be times 4. Tier 8 1 player would be just above tier 7 4 player. Oh, and here's my favorite thing after getting the Hellborn. So this is an exponential increase. So you can get Exalted, which just gives you +1 to help +1 Aether for Hellborn. So like right now let's say we have 2 Hellborn given 2 Aether each. If you just get a +1 Aether, that'd be 2 given 3. But this one +1 Hellborn and +1 Aether, that you go from 2 given 2 to 3 given 3. So you go from 4 to 9 Aether. So then you get another surging later. You go from 3 given 3 to 4 given 4. You go from 9 to 16, like every time they spawn. That's why Hellborn is the best thing. Bec- yes, yes, exactly. You want to get the Hellborn, and then you want Surging Hellborn. There's a few Hellborn options, but Surging Hellborn is the one that's it gets exponential. But then after you get some of those, you also want to get some of the Exalted Hordes. That's the one that increases the speed by 50%. So that way, no, the butcher, it can either be random or you select it. You can use a revive. It's fine. Just save me the last one for oh shit moments. And then if I have to use it, I'll put on my helmet that makes me stronger. All right, it's not bad. 156 after 4. Let's see what's happening here. Okay. Man, I hate all this like voting spam I'm getting every day. Like, uh, it's horrible. Yeah, it's like every day. Just it's like who the hell gave them my number? All right, so mhm, mhm, right. All right, so this one, I think, I mean, it's a decent time to put the Summon Lords to the test. But Burning Rain, I think, is bad for you. And actually, this one isn't bad. So the only thing I don't like about this is we're cruising along right now, and I think the Lords would slow it down and it would limit how many points you get. So this one, I think, speeds it up. So this one, the Aether Fiends explode, and their explosion kills the minions around them. Like it'll look like a big electric fence explosion. And then typically picking this, so other than Hellborn, Aether Fiend options are my favorite things. I've gotten over 1,000 Aether before, like just going all the like +2 to Aether Fiend options. Hmm. Yeah, I like the +2 on the spires, but the ×2 on the spire slows down progression from what I've seen. You know, just because how much time you have to stay stationary inside the circle, or that's time I could be flying around the map killing a bunch of other shit. You know, yeah, just from playtesting, like it's slowed, like the amount of Aether I get like comes to screeching halt. Or like Lords does the same thing. Yeah. Ah! Oh, thank God for Flame Shield. I just like dodged down into the explosion. Yeah. All right, so movement speed would help you stay alive, so that's good. We'll get that. So now picking up Aether gives movement speed. It's actually a stacking buff that you keep. Almost there. We still got a third of the horde left, so that maths. Yeah, my wife's about to be home from work by the time I'm done with this, and she'll be wanting me to roll a joint, so that'd be a good time for me to take a little break. I don't have delivery here in my county. Some counties in Arizona are like begrudgingly holding on. Oh, right, here's what we want. Let's look more exponential right here. So now we're going from the 3 to 3 to no, the surging. Like it tried to trick us. So you can see the difference between them now, right? So this one, the existing ones do more damage, and we just get +1 on each, right? So currently we have 3 giving 3, so this would make the 3 give 4. So instead of 3 giving 4, we're gonna have 4 give 4, right? Yep. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah. There's not a lot of time left in the season either. Yeah. Uh, yeah. Yep. Yeah, my first computer games I played online were let's see, I played uh, Diablo 1, the first Baldur's Gate, and Ultima Online and EverQuest. Mhm. Mm. So between these, so two of those slow the fight down a lot and make us get a lot less points. So you got the Soul Spires requiring ×2 kills, so that makes you stay stationary in the circle too long. And then you got the Lord spawning, which, they're like a damage sponge sometimes. But then this one is a good one over here, right? So, yeah. Yep. Oh, that's why one of my favorite things to pick. A lot of people overlook it is the surging elite option. That's one that says elites have a double chance to spawn. That includes the small aether fiends. So you can wind. Yeah, so you can wind, and they count it. The small aether fiends count as elites, but they also count as aether fiends. Yeah, and they'll spawn in packs, kind of like the Hellborn do. So, like doing the plus to Aether Fiends and then getting the Surging Elites, like, well, real. That's how like I've gotten over 1,000 Aether. You know. Hmm. Glad we could help. I'm on his friends list and I had joined. I'm on EO's friends list. I had joined him. I logged on and joined him. Yeah. Oh, grats on your 100. You're welcome. Yep. Oh yeah, and I'll be on online the whole time too. I'm gonna be trying to. My goal is to push progression on each of the classes, and then get build guides out there for like top builds for each of the classes. So that way it's out there for people to see. And I go pretty by the numbers when I'm doing the videos too. Hmm. Yeah. With the changes I'm seeing, I think Barbarian might be the strongest to start the season, but I'm not really sure after that. I haven't seen all the uniques being added to the classes. Yeah, I've seen the new mythics, and I saw one of the new mythics, and I instantly thought of an amazing build for the Barbarian. Whoa, shit. Yep. I know. That's what I told you. They can just randomly fucking do that. And now I put on the Harlequin's crest so I could survive a shot like that. That is exactly what I was talking about. That's where I, that's where I retired from. Hmm. It's the bottom right, right. It's the bottom right near New Mexico and Mexico. It's off the beaten path. Oh yeah, a lot of people do that around here. The Mexican border's on the other side of it. Yeah. When I went to the senior leader course for our like community project, we did trail restoration to go down there, and we went up into the mountains and like planted grass and stuff in the places where the migrants and or illegal immigrants were like making trails to go through the area, you know, or trying to cover up those trails so they're not there as signals for people. Oh, nice. Oh, cool. It might have been. I know a bunch of them stayed at Fort Huachuca temporarily while they were like going down that way. I remember that. I was still active duty at the time. Yeah, I remember there were some of our facilities on base on Fort Huachuca that they converted to temporary housing, or for like the transit people on that mission. So yeah, I mean, yeah, I am. We're the closest base to the border in Arizona. You know. Oh hell yeah, Pollard just had a hell of a run. Yeah. All right, Bliss. Yeah, El Paso over at the border of Texas and New Mexico. It could have been like I know both the bases were being used for that. As I was saying, like it was temporary housing for transit soldiers. You know, just moving around for whatever was going on. Right. It's like we gave up one of our gyms for and put a bunch of cots in and stuff. You know, it was an unplanned mission. It was a politician spur of the moment. Hey, we're doing this, damn it. All right. Well, it was fun. Good meeting you. Tell your hubby I said hi, and yeah, nice meeting y'all. Look forward to playing more in the future. Wife's about to be home. I'm gonna get a joint rolled for us, and watch a little more of this Titans game. Oh, you're welcome. Congrats on 100. I remember you're so you got some survivability now. Now that the focus is going to be getting the right items in the slots, you got to kill some bosses and get some mythics. I'll be on later if you want to try that some. And you got to do nightmare dungeons, level up your glyphs because a lot of your damage will come from from the glyphs. Don't forget to finish your Paragon board too. Now that you're 100. Hey, hey. All right. She's here. I'm gonna roll the joint, smoke, watch some football, and I'll talk to y'all later. All right. Thank you. Nice meeting you. All right. Bye.